Hey, this is Majin. Here's my comic pull list for November 15th, 2017. We'll start off with Baby Teeth number 6. Now, the art is horrendous. You gotta call it like it is. It's horrendous. And characters are barely recognizable. But the one thing I wanted to comment about this is this comic has the most horrific scene ever, and that you can ever encounter in an airplane. Like, for an example, I'm sure most of you would rather throw up, would rather, have, diarrhea on the plane, versus sitting next to a crying baby. That alone made this the most horrific, scary comic I've ever read this year, because that's what occurs. And it's not only just a crying baby. This is a demon baby that is using supernatural abilities to make this crying louder, and somebody has to cast a spell to save the kid or keep the kid quiet. Anyways, let's get on with it. Super Sons number 10. For me, Super Sons works and it doesn't work. A lot of times where it works is when they're together, not fighting. Just like it's the pre-fight or the after-fight. And what doesn't work a lot of times is the actual villains and fighting, which is really odd. But basically, what happens is Clark and Bruce decide to give the boys a secret base under the ocean, and it's a way that the kids can, fight crime on their own. They can give them, be very selective at the missions that they give them, so this way they're safer, and most importantly, they keep tabs. Now, I think for me also one of the good things I really appreciate about the book is how, these are night and day. You have, if you can combine these two kids together into one, you would have the best kid, because, you could have the heart of John, the youthfulness of him, and you can have the streetwise and smart side of Damien, and that would be like the best kid. And I have a feeling it's going to get annoying over time, but as it stands now, it's just, I like the way these two work together, and they're doing a great job with that. And, for the most part, that's all this book is. It really is odd seeing Bruce outside in the daytime smiling and stuff, but other than that, I enjoyed it. Okay. Justice League 33, Bats Out of Hell, finale, Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. This is the big fight that between the Justice League and the many different Batmans, Bruce's. Unfortunately, though, it's not the ending of the actual battle itself, so that kind of lies there, because you have to buy the next Batman or Dark Metal, whatever book that comes out. Now, basically, all the heroes are, in the last leg, and Cyborg is talking to Mother Box, and Mother Box is like, look, let me take over, unlock your abilities. It's not about this Earth, it's about the 52 worlds. Let's go forth and conquer. And he's like, well, yeah, I guess I'm kind of like a failure, and maybe I should just let you take over. And then he hears a voice inside his head who's like, no, Cyborg, you're like a great guy, and people need you, and don't give in to the dark side, and be all you can be. And Cyborg goes, yes, voice, I think I can be all I can be. And then he kind of like lets the Mother Box take over a little bit to enhance his abilities, but then he stays Victor. Now, there's some good pictures, but my main problem is this fight. This fight is a joke. It's like, by the time it gets to it, this is where the fight is, and the book's, basically almost done. And, it's like, I get why books have limited, there's only so much they can do because of their They're working for the trade. They don't want to have 80 different issues for a fight. I get all that stuff. But, this fight deserved more. It really did. These are supposed to be really powerful individuals. They took down the Justice League. They've destroyed worlds. And, the fight's pretty much almost done before you know it. And you have these generic splash pages. While some people might go, oh my God, this looks so cool. Look at this. It's nothing. It really is absolutely nothing. It tells zero. There's no storytelling. It's just good guys, bad guys, they fight. And, you don't see people really getting punched. You just see energy beams and, all sorts of things flying around. And you know that none of this would actually occur in a real fight. This scene just would not happen. And you just... it's like everybody just falls so quickly and easily. I mean, as you can see, like, they're not even fighting here. It's like, how do you call this like a good story? I just don't get it. It's just, it's, I guess everybody, I think my challenge with this is they don't try to think of another way to improve. It's just, okay, we got to do this. We got 5 pages to end it. 2 of them are going to be the big splash, 2 to actually have combat, and the last page to, everybody standing, holding hands, and saying congratulations. And it's just like, all excitement is just gone. And it's a shame. It really is. Batman, number 35. The artist, Jones, did a horrible job. I think the art's gotten worse. And the fight between Talia and Catwoman is just the worst. It's the best way to describe it is, imagine nobody's ever seen a fight before. And then they watched Iron Fist on Netflix, and they thought that was the greatest thing ever. And so they try to emulate that, and they still messed it up. And that's what this fight is. Like, there's no sense of movement. Yeah, there's movement because, they're moving the people to different scenes, backgrounds. But there's no movement of the characters, which is, it's ridiculous. There's no combos, there's no feints, there's no setups, there's nothing. It's just pose, pose, pose. And then you get shit like, you see the way she's holding the sword there, and then the next minute she's holding it where the sword's going, like, here's her wrist, and the sword goes out. You don't hold a sword like that, because that's the quickest way for that sword to come, like, if that blow was hard enough, the sword would come down and cut her. It's possible she might cut her body, or she might just cut her arm off. It's like, does this person even understand common sense sword play? And it's like they're not even... The faces, there's no emotion behind it. They're just, like, basically somebody looked at a drawing of who these characters are and they just drew that drawing, It's ridiculous. Then, as you're going through this fight, this is the worst part here. They introduced this character. Granted, they said who she is earlier, but it just, boom, there she is suddenly. And then, this is the worst part right here. Okay, so Selina, she kicks Talia on the ground, right? She first of all, she grabs the sword, which should have been poisoned in the first place, which I don't understand why it's not. And she pushes her, controls the sword, and then kicks her. Then suddenly she jumps over a wall, and then she stands over Talia. Now, where's the wall? She did not kick her over a wall. She kicked her down. She kicked her in the head, and the head's going down. Not she kicked the head as an uppercut, and she flew over the wall and landed on the other side. So then she, like I said, she jumps over the wall, and then there's and look at the background. The background's even different, you know. And then she stabs her, and then she's right where this girl is, who wasn't quite there. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This, you know, it's like he moved the panels out of sequence, because I have a feeling this should have probably have occurred here. You know, like move this panel here, and then that one there, and this one here, and then move that there. That would have made more sense. But, you know, it's ridiculous. It's like, where are the editors? Where are the editors who, like, are they even reading these books? You know, like, it's like common sense, like, what's going on. You're not telling the story. And when I see stuff like this is just, like, I mean, I feel bad for King, because this is horrible art. It's hard. It's a phone in. It's somebody who's not paying attention, and it's just disgrace. You know, for a Batman book. You know, I expect this on Riverdale. I don't expect this on Batman. You know, I expect this on maybe Miss Marvel or Squirrel Girl or, you know, Captain Marvel or, you know, any of those books. You know, but not Batman. It's ridiculous. You know, it's like the guy should just be fired. Right up. Fired. Just, that's it. You know, turn in your pencils. So, last up we have Batman Metal. Batman Who Laughs. And this was actually kind of disturbing, because it was basically the Joker. He realized he's dying, and what he wanted to do was he wanted to have whoever killed him become the next Joker. And he already knew, you know, technically who was going to kill him, which was Batman. And Batman basically gets turned into the Joker. And then downward spiral from there. Overall, I mean, the art was good. The story was, like I said, really disturbing. They kind of explained who the kids are. And I liked it. But like the other ones, it all has issues, you know. It's like, how can I explain it? There's some books that I think of these books that needed more time to develop. You know, like maybe a second issue to flesh the story a little bit more and made it better. And, you know, because like when Joker Batman's going on a rampage killing everybody, you know, you just get a panel here, and then it's like, as an example, let's say JSA, the whole panel, that tiny panel, they're all dead. And then he goes to the Teen Titans, they're all dead. You know, it's like, wouldn't you want to see just a little bit more about how this occurred? You know, like the way he took down the Bat Family, that was good, because we actually saw what happened, and we saw the build up to it, and we saw the event. And I think, and same with Superman, that was another one where it was great, because you see the build up and then you see it happen. But I mean, and it's not just the killing parts. It's just, you know, the reactions of the superheroes, as, you know, they're you know, the one person that they looked up to has become evil. And then it's the villains who are also going, what the hell is going on? We have to stop them. You know, it's that kind of thing that I would have loved to have seen more of. And in fact, maybe 3 more issues, and I think that would have been perfect. I mean, I don't think all of these books deserve the extra time, but I think this one really did. Anyways, that is some reviews for you. We have the Justice League movie coming out, so I'll probably go see that at some point. And South Park game is really good, very entertaining. Let me know what you guys picked up, what you guys liked the most this week. The My Hero Academia fight was amazing. That last chapter for the fight was just fantastic. Everything. That whole fight was great. Only Marvel and DC could just learn a little bit from pacing and character development and all that from that fight. All these books will be better. And we'll have more stuff later. Like, share, and until next time.